Hello, everyone! This is the one and only Speedy Gavin talking in this live stream to teach you guys how to animate in SFM, like you all have been waiting for at least the last few days. Or at least the last 2 days, I believe. But I am so excited to get to teach you guys how to animate in SFM. Now, yeah, hey guys, so I'm doing pretty well. And, well, let's go to a strap. And now, guys, there are a few things I need to... Oh, is my microphone a bit loud to you, Danny? I'm sorry. But still, I am really pumped to teach you guys how to do this. I mean, before I get started on, like, this whole course, there's actually a few things I need to bring up to you all. Now, one thing I will admit is that I'm sorry that after a month of the Battle of the Pizzaplex being out, I haven't figured out what my next story idea is going to be yet. Because I've been pretty busy doing a lot of interesting stuff lately. Like, for example, if you guys heard me do some stuff for a while, I've been making pictures, and recently I've been watching this new show that my family told me about, which was The Amazing Digital Circus. And so far I've seen the first 5 episodes, episodes 1 through 5, but episodes 6 through 9 I have not. At least not yet, I haven't. But yeah, so yeah, I'm sorry that I haven't figured out what my next story idea will be yet, but hopefully when I get the chance with my family, we can try to figure out a good way to figure out what could be the next story here for my main channel. And thanks, JJ. Now I know that you guys are wondering. Now, if you guys are also wondering on how I'm able to, like, do all this, I mean, I only learned how to be a great SFM animator because I got some great inspiration from 2 different YouTubers, Abby and Sunstriker. Hey guys. Yeah, Abby and Sunstriker were 2 inspiring YouTubers that made me want to animate SFM to create that made me want to animate in SFM for my own stories. Now guys, I know you might already know this, but since I haven't scripted this whole thing, so I'm probably going to stutter a bit while explaining. So I just wanted to let you guys know on that. Since I haven't scripted this, I'm probably going to stutter for this whole stream. But not a lot. I'll try to do the best I can. But anyways, so let's just get into, like, teaching you all how to animate in SFM. Sorry for putting this up for so long. I just wanted to explain everything. Yeah, that's true, Brandon. But hey, so let's just get started on, like, teaching you guys how to animate in SFM. Like I said, sorry for putting this up for so long. I just wanted to explain everything. Hi, PK. That's true, Ryan. That can be a mistake, but at least we know how to deal with it. Now, about the teaching you guys. So for those of you that are new into using SFM, so the way this works is that for here, you can just create a new session, and it doesn't matter what you want to call it. You can call it anything you want. And, like, for me, since this is going to be a course, I'm going to just call it How to Animate at SFM Part 1, because I'm planning on making this, like, a whole series of live streams teaching you guys how to animate in SFM, because I'm not going to be doing this whole thing for long. Because at 11:30, because I started the stream at 11:30 a.m. on my side, and it'll end at 1 p.m. because pretty soon after that... Yes, it is, Sonic. Oh, that's cool, Union Pacific. And hi, Jack. I'm doing great, Romeo. So, now, as I was saying, as I was saying, it's just, this session is gonna, or this course, or this lesson is gonna last for about an hour and a half. because 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. because I have work later after this. Or I'm supposed to be getting ready for work after this. So that's one reason why I'm not gonna like do this for a long time. It'll just be for an hour and a half, and just to have as much fun teaching you guys as possible for this part. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, for the name, you can call it anything you want. I'm just gonna call it How to Animate an SFM Part 1 for this one. And usually when I like to set it a certain amount of frames per second. For me, I usually do 30 because it's like 3 frames per decasecond. And I think in my opinion it is slightly easier, so I can have so I won't be as confused like in between decaseconds. In case, for those of you that don't know what decaseconds mean, that just means 0.1 seconds. It's like every time. So now that we have the frame rate and title placed in, oh well, that's a shame, JJ. Sorry to hear that. But yeah, so basically, it just like gave the name and frame rate. So now we're gonna hit create. Now I might need to like adjust the screen so I can. Oh, wait a minute. I'm trying to. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to like, since I know that the creating the new session and the actual session itself are separate windows, so I just need to like decrease the size of the session so that way you guys can see the whole thing. Okay, I think we have it all ready. Okay. Yeah, screen capture. That's exactly what's happening right now, Ryan. But hey, at least I got it all settled. Now, about the... Oh, wait, actually, I need to, like... I actually need to adjust it just a little bit, like, from the vertical angle, so that way I could see the chat while showing you guys. So, hold on a second. Hey, Lizzie Fan. Or Fang. Sorry, I meant to say Lizzie Fang. Sorry. I'll be getting there, Danny. Just one step at a time. Oh, it says no map loaded because I haven't even like added it, because I haven't loaded a map into this session yet. Which is where the next step comes in. So in order to like load a map, I need to, now I don't know if you guys can like see this, but I'm holding right click, and then, and if you should be able to, like, if you manage to see this, I don't know if you can. Yeah, I don't think you can, unfortunately, but guys, I'm going to try to do the best I can to explain it. So if you go to the primary viewport and right click on the screen where my mouse is, you should be able to see an option that has a bunch of different settings, but try to go to the bottom of this whole bar that says load map. Now, let me try to switch the windows so that way you guys can like see what I'm seeing right now. So hold on a second, guys. I'm gonna try to see if I could switch windows so you guys could see what I'm seeing. Yeah, here we go. So this is like the menu that shows you like which maps you can load up, which maps you can load in. So basically you can choose like any map that works best for you. But since this is a test, since this is a tutorial, I'm gonna do it like a test map to teach you guys like the basics. Well, I mean, it would make sense because that's what I'm trying to teach you guys for this stream. So I'm just gonna search up stage big and then open it, and then you should be able to see that the map is loading. I mean, and the map already loaded like so quickly because, well, to be fair, I I was able to like use SFM earlier, and I was doing like a picture earlier today, but that's not important right now. So what's important is that I finally got the map ready to show you how everything works. Now, so in order to like move the camera around, which I'm doing right now, I just hold left click on the primary viewport and then use WASD to move. Move to like, you just need to hold left click and use WASD to move. And if you want to like go faster, you just use WASD and then shift to go faster. But you can also do the same and hold control to slow down. So shift to run and control to slow down. So I think that's probably like the basic stuff on how to like at least move the camera around to make sure it's like working well for you guys. I mean it's working very professional for me because to be fair, once after I loaded the map, it like it loaded in so quickly. Well, to be fair, my computer does run very well, at least in my opinion. So now that we have the camera and the map here, so the next thing we're gonna do is learn how to spawn in a model. I mean, I know that you asked me that earlier, Danny, but now we're gonna get to that part, like teach you guys how to spawn in a model. So the next thing you're gonna do is, well, I know you guys might have like this like feature or has a different setting, but I was able to like find a special like add-on so that way the features can be like separate from each other. Like there are these different buttons that you can choose to create an animation set for a new camera, new light, new model, new particle system, and for existing elements. But for this, we're just going to teach you guys how to spawn in a model. So the way this is gonna turn out for this, you just need to go to create animation set for new model. And now let's just no, I'm gonna try to switch to that window of what I'm talking about. So hold on a second. And again. Oh, here we go. Well, first of all, thanks for that, Danny. I mean, I do the best I can to make these cool videos that I've been making in the past. So this is like the model spawn menu. So you could choose any model you want to like spawn in to use for your animations. But last time I was in SFM, I was creating a picture involving Dog Day. Oh, hi. Hey, hello. I'm feeling great today. So yeah, so like I was saying, last time I was in SFM, I was creating a picture involving Dog Day. But since I've been like mostly using the FNAF SB characters, especially the main 4 Glamrocks and such, which for different pictures, which you guys already seen from most of my community posts recently, I'm gonna maybe try to I'm gonna spawn in one of my favorite characters of my universe of videos, so which is gonna be Monty. So once you have that character selected, all you just gotta do is press open, and then this happens. I mean, I know that. I know it may seem a bit weird, but it spawns in. He spawned in like this, like T posing. Hello, Josh. So Monty spawned in like T posing, and he's like right in front of the camera, like on top of it. But luckily, I know how to like get the camera to work properly without having to like mess it up while spawning in or while like setting up the characters. So I'm just gonna go to create animation set for existing elements, and then and then it'll say select DAG, and then it'll see camera 1, which is the camera that is active, and now it shows the cameras. Now, as you can see, now you see like all those like lines that are like shown. That's the whole camera point of view. So like we're currently at the work camera, but we can also switch cameras. Like we can go to camera 1, or like we can go to work camera. Like we could basically move the work camera around without having to mess up the actual camera. So now, in order to let Monty like be to the floor, or actually let's try to make him have an appropriate size first, appropriate scale. So the next thing we're gonna do is like go to his like animation set in the animation set editor, and then hit the plus button, and that's next to his name. And then you see like there's like a bunch of different groups of controls, like the body, arms, fingers, legs, and unknown, meaning as like other parts that are other than these. So we're just gonna go to body and then root transform, which is like the whole model without you can move the whole model around in one bone without having to mess up any of the body parts for now. Oh, all right, twist drop, but that's cool, whoopsie doodle. Well, now I'm gonna do my best to like look at the chat as best as I can while animating at the same time, but that's gonna be a little hard because sometimes, well, to be fair, it can sometimes be a little hard to multitask. But I'm gonna do the best I can. So basically, the next thing we're gonna do is like go to root transform, and now I know there might be some window pop-ups that you guys might not see in the stream, but you will see if you test it out yourself. Oh, thanks to Burb. And that's cool. Oh, Red Phoenix. Well, the unknown and Whoopsie Doodle. That's it's just the unknown control group. Those are these. The head bone is this. The head bone is that at Whoopsie Doodle. But these are all the unknown controls. Like basically his jaw, his upper eyelid, his eyelids, and his glasses, and his tail and instrument. All right. Well, so like I was saying, so I'm gonna right-click the root transform and press Add Scale Control to Transforms. Now, as you can see, it created like a root transform scale. So in order to like make him have that appropriate size that I usually do, so I'm gonna go to the graph editor, or at the timeline section, and then double left-click on the root transform scale slider. And then I usually set it from 0.1 to 0.114 for certain maps. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry if I went quiet for like a few seconds. It's just my headset automatically like turned off the sound on my end, so I had to like turn on my mic again. I hope you guys can still hear me. Let me know in the chat if you could still hear me. All right, well, thanks, loser boy. So, like I was saying before that happened, I just set the root transform from 0.1 to 0.114. That's good. So the next thing we're gonna do is actually go to the root transform. Now, as you can see, like there's this like orange circle with the yellow square. That's normally the screen tool. But in order to like make him like move to the thanks, Rainbow. Thanks, guys. So in order to like move him like to at least that circle over there, let's go to the move tool. Now, as you can see, like this is the move tool. So the red means like this way, like that's position X. The green is position Y, and the blue is position Z. So basically, position X can be this way, position Y is this way, and position Z is like up or down. That's good. Oh, okay. Well, thanks, Twist Trap. Alright, well, so the way I'm gonna like move him is to use this to use positions X and Z at the same time, so that way I can like move him this way while doing up and down at the same time. So let's do that, and then put him like down all the way to the circle. So down and back all the way to the circle, and just make sure that his feet, for example, are not glitching through the floor, because I know because you're not supposed to do it in real life. That's not how things work. So let's make sure it's like good enough to make sure it's not glitching through the floor nor floating up in the air. This could work. Okay, so now that we have him like actually touching the floor, I mean he's still T-posing, but we'll get to that. But we'll get to fixing that in a bit. So the next thing we're gonna do is like make sure like remove his instrument, because I know that I don't usually use his instrument during my animated stories. So the way it's gonna work is that I'm gonna choose the world prop control that's on the unknown control group, and I'm just gonna do this to put it down. Like, I mean, I know that may seem weird, but that's just how I usually do it to make sure it's not like showing, like directly below him. And I just try to put it as far down as I can to make it look like it disappeared. How long have I been animating, Danny? Oh, that is an excellent question, Danny. I've actually been doing animation in SFM since the end of November 2019, which is like slightly more than 6.5 years from now. I just thought you guys would want to know that, because I've actually done animation before I became a YouTuber and made videos before, but those were older videos. I don't think they were I don't think they were pretty good before I became a YouTuber. Oh, you're welcome, Twist Trap. So yeah, so basically, I'm just gonna chill with the videos that I have on YouTube, because the older videos that I've done before, where I became a YouTuber, don't look as good. That's right, Ryan. So now that we got Monty's instrument like to disappear or just make it glitch through the floor to make sure where it looks like it's not being used at the moment. So the next thing we're gonna do is like stop him from T-posing. So first we're gonna need to like go to the arms control group. Oh, Josh, that's a good question, but that'll have to be answered later, because that's not important right now. Well, that's a little too early to ask that. That's not important right now. So we're just gonna go to the arms control group, and then we're gonna actually let me there we go. I just had to slide this so that way you can see like the whole control, all the words for the control. Yeah, it may seem a bit funny, Dip, but that's not how they normally do that in my animated stories. So basically, the way it's gonna work is that we're gonna click on one of the upper arm controls, and then what I usually do is that I like press on one and then hold control, so that way I can press the other one without disabling the selection of the other with the first one. So in order to like make them like go down, I just usually press the rotate tool, when, as you can see, it's like a circle instead of the arrows. So the way it's gonna like go is that we're gonna rotate the arms down on rotation X, because the colors are like the same like coordinates, like rotation X, rotation Y, and rotation Z. That's a good question, Nazer, but that's not important for this stream right now. Well, yes, Dip. That's their default pose when you first spawn them in, the T posing. But I know how to deal with it. So now that we got like Monty's upper arms like down, so the next thing we're gonna do is like do the lower arms. Do the same thing as I told you before. Like press one of the lower arms and hold control to select the other one without having to disabling selecting the first one. So we're gonna just rotate them just a little bit down, so that way it'll be like at least a little straight, but not like too like bend, but not bending too much. So now that we got like this here, so what I usually do is that you can basically do whatever you want for this, but for me, I usually like to like select his like tail, well, not including like the base part of it, but I usually do like tail 2 through 5, and then I rotate them all at once just to make it be more curved instead of it being all straight. And for the like parts around his head, and I usually like put his glasses up so that way you can see his expressions more on his eyes. And I'm just gonna like make him be like all happy, like, or you could just basically make him have like any expression you would want. And so, like for example, you can make him like act sad by doing the rotation Z with both upper eyelids selected by doing this. Like, oh, I'm really sad. Or you can do the opposite direction to make him be all mad, like, I'm so mad, I want to take down Chaos Jenny, or something like that. If you guys remember that from Glitchtrap's Revenge in one of my story series movies. But for this one, I'm going to make him act happy. Like, move his upper eyelids up. I mean, that in between that would make him look like that he's surprised, but you could select his lower eyelids to make him be all happy. You're like, yay, I'm so happy! So, now that we got that down, and I'm going to... well, sure, it may be stressful. I mean, sure, that may be stressful, Twist Trap, but I can handle doing that just fine. Yeah, I know Chaos Jenny is dealt with, Ryan. It's just I just remember that experience that Monty did to take her down during Glitchtrap's Revenge and the Battle of the Pizzaplex. If you guys remember those two story series movies, not including Ryan because he already knows. So now that we got his like expressions ready and his like tail curved, so the next thing we're gonna do is apply a rig to the model. Well, because sometimes whenever a rig is not attached, there can be moments when you accidentally like tear their parts off. Often that's not very realistic. Because if you don't apply a rig then and accidentally like take parts off even though you don't really mean to. Well, how do I make him act confused? Who's the burb? Oh, I'll explain that just for like a few minutes. So the way I usually make him confused is that I just put the lower eyelids like down and then I choose one of the upper eyelids and then do this just to make him act confused like that. But since I want him to stay happy for this one, so I'm just gonna press Control Z until it gets back to happy. So now, as I was saying, it's best to apply a rig so you don't have to worry about accidentally like tearing parts off from certain models. But I mean, some models, if you don't apply rigs to them, they can have moments where they like their body parts might extend and like too much, and that could get pretty weird. Yeah, I'm trying to stay focused. Well, that's true, Rainbow. Yeah, good afternoon. So the way it's gonna happen is that I'm gonna apply a rig to the model. Like, I know you guys might not see that pop up in the stream, but you might see it like if you do this on your own time. But there should be an option where it says rig, and then now if you guys want to know like how I'm able to like make it easy for me to apply a rig, I use a special add-on called Auto Rigger. Now, let me switch to that window really quick so you guys can have a better understanding what I'm talking about. So, hold on a second. There we go. So now I switched windows to this, like this Auto Rigger. I mean, I know it's not usually, like at first when you're in SFM, it's not an auto tool that's already in SFM. You need to actually download it to the Steam Workshop so you can use it. All right, well that would be nice, Dip. Hey, Henry. Oh. Oh, okay, Twist Trap. Hey, Henry. So yeah, this thing is. Oh, hi, Astro. So this thing is the Auto Rigger. So basically, it can detect like different. So it can like automatically detect like different body parts that would count for like all these different controls. So this is like the left side, this is the right side, and this is the head, neck, and pelvis. And then there's like a certain amount of spine bones that every model has. So, but for Monty, I remember spotting that he has 2 spine bones. So you might want to select 2 spine bones so that way it'll work out perfectly. And there's also miscellaneous options where you can have the use toe bones and use collarbones and use neck. But since he has a collarbone like his shoulder pads and the toe bones, which are these, just leave them on. And I usually like to add foot roll to the characters to make their like walking be a little more realistic. Hi, Heroes vs. Villains. Hey, Gabriel. Oh, okay. Bye, JJ. So I'm gonna check add foot roll, and then just try to make sure which access. Just try to think of which axis is the forward foot roll, because you don't want it to do like a sideways foot roll, because that would be weird. So the foot roll for Monty, you do for it to be forward is Y, is the rotation Y. So you might want to select that. And it's best to check rig fingers so that way they won't lag. And then once you finish setting everything up before actually applying the rig, you just need to press create script. I mean, I've already done I already done this and used it a bunch of times in my content. So I'm just gonna get rid of this window instead of actually creating the script, because like I said, I already did this. Now hold on, I need to head back to like the actual like session itself. And now oh, wrong window. So let me just get all this down again. Okay, so now that we got the rig ready, well, what does exist is you can use that. You just need to find the Steam Workshop. Well, good question, Henry, but that's something we don't really need to get too much into. So, but yes, the Auto Rigger is a thing. You just need to download it you just need to download it from the Steam Workshop. Okay, Henry. So since the rig is already done, I'm gonna go to rig after right-clicking the model, and then it'll say rig and then its name, then the model's name, which is Rig Monty for this model. And now, as you can see, there's like the control groups have changed. So now it's like rig body, rig legs, and rig arms, but unknown is the same. So now it'll show like different controls that have slightly different names. Well, that's true. UDD10. So now that we got the rig attached, the next thing we're gonna do is like not make his like body so stiff. So the first thing I do for this next step is to move his pelvis down a bit. It's that way his legs will be bending and not be like so straight. And next, we just need to. Hey, Gabriel. So the next thing we're gonna do is like go to the rig legs controls, and there's like all the parts that are involving for both of his legs. So we're gonna go to the feet, and then like extend, like spread them apart from each other, so that way they won't be glitching through each other. I mean, that's how I usually do the setup. Hey, magician, I'm feeling great today. So now that we got that down, I'm gonna like make the arms like make the hands be parallel to the forearms. So basically, what was the most challenging thing for me to animate on SFM? That is that's a tough one, Twist Trap. Because there were so many challenging moments I remember during the past of making great content on my channel. I would have to say one of my toughest challenges this is on animating were probably the battle scenes. Oh, actually, that's a good question, Henry. I think I do remember seeing a Megamind model in the SFM Steam Workshop, so you might be able to find that there. But like I was saying, so I usually like to put the hand like parallel to the forearm, like that, and then do the same for the other one, but to the opposite side. So now that we got them like parallel, well, we're gonna select both hands, and then I like to rotate them so that way they can be perfectly parallel with the forearm, like that. And now, so now that we got this down, I usually like to like make the fingers be realistic too. Well, it's not gone, Henry. It's still a thing. Oh, you mean Gmod? But I mean Gmod's still here too. We don't know that, Stardust. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that just yet. But what do you mean this is like your project, Gabriel? Just let me know in the next message you send. But so the next thing we're gonna do is like move his like thumbs down. Which before I get to that, it's like I mean I know that once you spawn the models in, their fingers like are all flat out. Which that's one thing that's always kind of funny is that before I set up the model, their fingers are always like that. Before I make them like realistic, like they're just like all stiff, meaning just like, hi guys, my fingers are in stiffy mode. My fingers do not move, which that would be pretty realistic. I mean, not pretty realistic. Excuse me. Sorry, I can't speak. This live stream is getting me too hyped right now. So basically, the first thing we're gonna do for the fingers is to like rotate the thumbs down like that. Oh, that's cool, Ryan. And then for the index finger, index fingers, we just need to make them be a little apart from the middle one. And then for the pinky finger, do the same thing, but the opposite direction. Sorry, my headset, like mic, turned off again. And so pinky finger and index finger like spread out from the middle finger. So now that that's done, yes, Ryan, you figured that out. Well, kind of, Josh. It's just exciting to do this. Oh, okay, Henry. Interesting. But so yeah, basically now that we got the fingers like at least a little spread out from each other, but the thing I like to do well, sure, we do bend our fingers a little bit, but not too much. But since I'm gonna choose like the tops of all the fingers, and then go to the graph editor, and then I like to maybe bend them just a little bit, but not too much. Yeah, but I already got the microphone fixed, so I'm pretty sure you all can hear me again, right? Guys, let me know if you can hear me again. Oh, good, good. Okay, just making sure, just making sure. So, so now that we got like Monty fully positioned, so basically the last thing I just did was like bend his like the tops of his finger just a little bit. No, it's not gonna be a song, Gabriel. Well, I was this. This is the live stream teaching you all how to animate. Uh, you can't make models in SFM. You can just download models to set them up. That would be interesting, Astro. So now that we got like Monty like fully positioned, so the next thing I like to do is the breathing animation, and so that way it wouldn't be like all stiff or still too much. So the way I usually do it is I select his spine bones, and that's cool, Gabriel. So now we're gonna go to like the timeline of the graph editor. So now you, as you can see, as you zoom in the like, you can see like the seconds a little deeper. So basically, you're like these are not second. Like all these numbers, these are not seconds. These are seconds. These are decaseconds. And so basically 0.1 seconds. Okay, Dip. Well, yes, I do see a Lily Love Braids model in the Steam Workshop, or I saw one earlier. So basically so the first thing I'm going to do is add a keyframe to both spine bones, and then I like go to like so I usually like to make it last for a certain amount of time. So for like each cycle, it makes it last for 3.2 seconds, like over here. So I'm gonna add a keyframe to the end of this and put a keyframe in between to make it be back and forth, or from one side to the other. I can't, Gabriel, because I'm in the middle of teaching a course, or teaching part of a course. Oh, hi, Draco. Or Josh, I don't make models. I download models to animate them. Oh, sure, Gabriel. I just need to focus on this. So I'm gonna keyframe here, and then I'm gonna go to 0.8, which is when I'm gonna do the actual movement of the spine, and then let's just move it up a bit. And then go to the spine 1, and then move it forward a bit, just to make it be kind of like uh like like aligned with each other. So if I press like the bracket keys, it should be able to like just go from keyframe to keyframe. So let's make sure it's like perfectly aligned to the head. Hey, Bingo. So Bingo, in case you don't know what I'm doing, I'm teaching people how to animate in SFM. So now we got like the first half of this down. I'm gonna go to 2.4 so that way I can do the second half. So move the spine, like the spine 0 down. And then the spine 1 this way. Okay. Oh, hey, it's Oro. So now that we got like this down, and if we go to camera one, and then actually let's go to the work camera. Actually, no, let's move the camera one to make it be a little closer and maybe be at a different angle. I downloaded them from the Steam Workshop, Draco. So now if we hit play from 0 or press spacebar to review, he now should be breathing. And now let's see if we can add in like the like blinking. Now, I know this may seem a lot to like bring up for just one scene, so how about this? Maybe like after like I mean if okay, I am not going to even dignify this with what's happening right now. Moving on. So so the next thing, SFM means source filmmaker. Well, the Steam Workshop for SFM's on Steam, Dazzle. So now there's like one thing. Actually, hold on. Let's try to make it like interesting as possible. So let's try to go to the like both eyelids, and let's try to apply a blink to Monty. Hello, Nemesis. Oh, okay, Zoro. No, I'm not, Gabriel. I've just been busy making a lot of pictures lately and watching some other videos. Yeah, I'm just not gonna be like. Okay, this is starting to get too much. So basically, I'm just gonna focus on this. So, like, I'm just gonna like. I usually like to make a blink last for 0.4 seconds, and in between it, I like that's when the blink like actually happens in the middle. So now let's do this to put the upper eyelids like this way, and then move the lower eyelids up to make it look like they're actually closed. And then now when oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, there we go. I was like, what? For some reason the menu like showing like all the different tangents wasn't showing up. But I know how to deal with it. So we're just gonna go to flat tangents to make it be not so like weird looking like before or after the blink. Oh, sorry, Edson. So when we hit spacebar to review, he should be breathing and blinking. So now I'm gonna make him do like some sort of action for this before we can end off the stream, because having maybe doing like an hour and a half of this was maybe a little too long for this. So how about so I want to do one more thing before we end the stream. So I'm just gonna do maybe make him like move his head and eyes and maybe make him do a thumbs up to make it be like awesome to like end it off. So the first thing we're gonna do is like move his head. So let's maybe make it last for 2 seconds, and then in between, when it reaches 1 second, we're gonna like maybe move his head like this way. And then because the reason why I'm doing it this way is because I want to make his eyes like actually look at the camera. So when we go to the eyes and hold control of those, so that way we can select both of the eyes. and make it last for the same amount of time as the head. So for the in-between, let's move the eyes to face them this way. That's cool, Twist Up. I still love doing animating too. Well, Dip, Monty's not really gonna be saying anything. He's just gonna do a thumbs up. I mean, his jaw is gonna open, but since this is part one, I'm not actually gonna make him say something yet. So the next thing I'm gonna do is like make his jaw open and then close for 2 seconds total, like that. Oh, that I don't know just yet, Nazer. I mean, I told everyone that I haven't been making new story ideas lately because I've been so focused on making pictures. Oh, okay, Edson. And if you guys didn't catch up on like what I also did earlier in the stream, or what I said earlier in the stream. Well, that's true, Twist Trap, but well, that I don't know just yet, Bonnie. Blank. Just one thing at a time. So basically, if you guys, for those of you that weren't in the start of the stream, I've been making like new pictures lately, and I've recently been watching like the Amazing Digital Circus at some of the days. I mean, I've seen episodes 1 through 5, but episodes 6 through 9 I have not. At least not yet. So now we're going to maybe make him do so basically actually no, let's make him like have the head and eyes like still like have the head be in a different spot at the end, and maybe make his eyes like still look at us. And then I just realized that if you want to make him like have a smooth like movement in the end, like I usually like to add a key like 0.4 seconds after like the end of the action, and so that way it'll like end the action smoother. You see, like that, like it's not abruptly stopping. To be honest, yes, Dip, I am starting to still enjoy it. Well, thanks for the heads up, Edson. I mean, I haven't seen episode 9 yet, but watching episode 9 of the Amazing Digital Circus is like days away. I got plenty of time before that happens. It's to me. Oh, yes, I have used Blender before DD10 because I remember making my very first picture and publishing it on DeviantArt from Blender. So now the next thing I'm going to do is, so the first thing I'm going to do for his hand is like maybe move it up and then rotate it so that way I can make him do the thumbs up. So next we're going to go to the fingers and choose the thumb and put it like sticking up. And now I'm going to choose all the other fingers so that way they can like curl up into like usually a fist. Even though it's not really a fist, it's because of the thumb not being like curled up too. And then we're going to go to the top of the thumb and then move it up. Oh, that's a good question, Dip. I would have to say either episodes 1 or 4. Oh, that would be cool, Harrison. No, I haven't, Edson. So now we got the thumbs up in. So I think when it reaches 2 seconds, I'm going to like move his hand like this way. and then make his fingers like go back to here. Oh, whoops. Did not mean to make his middle finger do that. Yeah, because there could be some things when you don't have like certain controls like selected at the start, where it can get a bit weird. Hold on, I think I need to fix this because there's some parts of it that are making it pretty weird. Yeah, because there's some things about the middle finger that were making it weird, because I saw a moment that the middle finger like disappeared. And that was really weird. Well, thanks, Dip. Well, thanks, guys. Hey, Lyric. Hey, thanks, Lizard Boy. So now, like I was, that was really, when the middle finger disappeared, the magician, it was really weird. But now but since I was able to fix that, I just had to like undo the stuff of before I started like moving the fingers again. But luckily I was able to fix it. Alright, so now that we got that down. So actually let's make this, so let's make like these like be a little faster. So like basically you like the thumbs up starts at 0.8 seconds. Yes. Well, actually 0.4 seconds is the amount of time would be for a blink Union Pacific. So now I'm going to like apply a key and then maybe make the in-between last for 0.5 seconds. Well, I don't know how that would work, Nemesis, because they don't usually, because that's not how it works for energy ball. The energy balls don't appear from certain animatronics. Okay, Edson. So now that we got like this down, and we just need to like, yep, let's make it smoother. Actually, let's do this. Actually, let's move it. Move it up. All right. So now that we got like, oh. All right. So now that we got like his action going on, like of him moving his head and moving his arm to do a thumbs up, or hand to do a thumbs up. Yeah, hand and arm. But so yeah, when I hit spacebar to review, we now should be doing its action, like moving his like head, eyes, and hand to do all that going on. And so that is like the basics of like, so that's like the start of learning how to animate. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me do part 1 of teaching you how to use SFM for the very first time. But since I feel like I didn't want to make this last for too long, I mean, it was a little much than I thought. It was a little like too much than I thought it was gonna be for just one stream. I mean, I feel like I don't want to make it last for too long as I thought it would be. So guys, we're gonna have to end this stream here, so that way I can like rest off like after all this. But I'm glad you guys got to watch me teach you how to animate an SFM for the very first time. Now, now one more thing I'd like to say before we can end off this stream is that I hope you guys. No, actually, no. I already said that. So I was trying to say, like, hopefully one day when I get the chance, I can try to think of what could be a great new story for this. But for now, I'm just gonna try to pick like some new good ideas for other certain stuff. But I'm glad you guys got to watch this live stream of how to animate an SFM part 1. So yeah. All right, so basically, guys, so now that that's all taken care of, please give this live stream a thumbs up if you liked it. Please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. And we'll see you all next time. Bye, everyone.